Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video. Part 3. A few days later, I went to visit the haunted house. The building itself is firm, even though it was built more than 100 years ago. In this world, probably because magical power dwells in everything, it may take time for it to rot. The supports are made of solid stone and it has hardwood floors. An intricate building made of stone and wood. Moss and ivy are stuck to its outer walls. However, it's a beautiful thing. I imagined it being a more terrible-looking house. Well, Zanoba-san, Cliff-san, will we give up? Zanoba and Cliff stand a ways behind me. Although I am an A-rank adventurer, I am self-conscious enough to not attempt this alone. Therefore I asked Zanoba to lend me his strength. He is a man I can rely upon. Zanoba can handle it even if a Western doll waving a kitchen knife comes out. Cliff also came along because he had the eyes of someone who wanted to help out his friends. That said, he's a genius who can use advanced level exorcism magic. If the other party is a demon or evil spirit based, he will certainly be helpful. It's a very good house. It looks a little cramped, but about this size, is this much considered reasonable? Isn't this house too large to live in with only 2 people? If it was me, first I would buy a small house, then save money. Then later, if it becomes too small, I would move. The two opinions contrast. I guess that means I'll take this as the middle ground. The price is low for a reason. Now let's go. You are wise, Shisho, more than anything. Zanoba starts walking calmly while saying that. He has a club in one hand. It is a weapon that I prepared. During subjugation requests, being unarmed is bad, but this guy with his monstrous strength seems to break all of his weapons. So I gave him a club which I made with earth magic. It's a free weapon to break. Cliff is in the middle. He's clutching his staff, which seems to be expensive, and looking around restlessly. Even if the person himself intends to be cautious, I can only see it as being scared. I act as the rear guard and prepare for an attack from behind. It is important that the party protects Cliff, who can use healing magic. As for me, who's the most experienced, I'm in the back to also keep a close watch on everyone. I walked over the broken stone pavement to arrive at the entrance. There is a cracked wooden door. One hinge is broken. I better repair this later. I don't think that there's a risk of a trap, but please be careful. Yes, Shisho. While watching with my foresight eye, Zanoba grabbed the doorknob and just broke it. No hesitation. Hey, don't break it so suddenly. Excuse me. The door was distorted and it wouldn't open. Renovation would have been necessary anyway. Apparently, the door that looked safe upon first glance was somehow distorted. Is that so? But you should say something next time. Yes, Shisho. Just the answer is fine, Zanoba. Anyway, we entered the house. We saw the lobby immediately. There are stairs going up to the second floor directly in front of us, and there are doors on our right and left. There is a corridor leading to the back, near the side of the stairs. Although it's viewed as a haunted house from the outside, the inside was bright. The house's exposure to the sun is good. It is a good place. Does a real estate agent regularly clean? There isn't much dust piling up. Shisho, how should we proceed? First we'll start by investigating the right side of the house, looking through all the rooms. I don't think that there are traps, but please be careful where you step because there is a possibility that the floor and ceiling have become rotten. Zanoba nodded, and Cliff looked back. You look like the real thing, you know. For the time being, I am also an A-rank adventurer after all. Ah, that's right. Cliff seems to be tense or something. That reminds me, it seemed like he went off on an adventure with Elinalise and Stepped Leader the other day, but I never heard any details. How did it turn out? That reminds me, how did the adventure go the other day? It was harsh. Well, they are all S-ranked, it probably wasn't that harsh for every member of Stepped Leader. I understand that their partner is a rookie. They might not have been very considerate of that fact since it was their intention to educate him about this and that. However, it's another story if Cliff didn't think of it like that. What should I do? Please attack with exorcism magic if you find an enemy. I understand. What should I do if that doesn't defeat the spirit? Please withdraw, Zanoba, or I will handle it. When I said that, Cliff made a face that seemed offended. I follow up. Because if Cliff Senpai uses magic, the house may be damaged. Cliff seems to be convinced when I say that. I had better let the beginner get a hit in. You use exorcism magic if you find an enemy. That's the first wave of attack. Then I'll join in if that doesn't work. Zanoba. There is a possibility that a demon who uses magic is lurking, so please be careful. Leave it to me. Unexpectedly, Zanoba has a warrior's temperament and was not scared at all. Reassuring, I enter the door to the right of the lobby. It was a large room. The room was around the size of 20 tatami mats. It was well lit. There was a large fireplace against the wall towards the back of the room. I wonder if this place is the living room or the dining room. The fireplace becomes a concern. Cliff Senpai, this fireplace, could it be a magic tool? Here, I will know if I try to examine it. Cliff was just about to go look around the back of the fireplace. Stop. There may be an enemy. We'll stop there. I'll inspect the fireplace. Winters around here are cold, so heating is important. If the fireplace is a magic tool, then the whole house will become warm. If it isn't, then we'll consider remodeling. No, in the cold, Sylphy and I hugging each other naked is what will keep us warm, but a good fireplace is still hard to pass up. Get ready. When I start forcing air through the fireplace, anything like a demon hiding inside should come flying out. And to draw its attention, with magic I force a strong wind through the fireplace's chimney. Nothing happens. I listen carefully, but there isn't any sign that something is moving. Some soot fell down from the chimney. I wonder if I should try maintaining a fire in it at least once while we're here. I could see the sky from the depths of the chimney. For the time being I light it and try to maintain the fire for a moment. There is no sign that anything is lurking. It should be all right. Cliff Senpai, thank you for waiting. All right. Cliff investigated the inside of the fireplace and discovered a magic circle immediately. As expected, since he has been examining a lot of magic tools and curses recently, it is usable. I don't understand how the fire works, but it seems to be no problem with magic. Is that so? Thank you. All right. I nodded and we moved to the next room. Looking from the entrance, it is the room to the right. The floor in this room is stone and there seems to be something like a stove. Perhaps this is the kitchen. A piece of cloth is on the ground near the stove, and when I went to pick it up I noticed it was a piece of tattered apron. Sylphy might be willing to cook for me in a naked apron here. If I think about that, it is something to be excited about. Innovation, and then remorse. We're here to get rid of the evil spirits. It's not the situation to be getting up. I checked the stove and anywhere else that seems like it might be a hiding place. Alright, there is nothing unusual. Next. On the way, I look at the rooms in sequence. I discovered a door to the basement behind the stairs. I advanced to the next room counterclockwise. There is nothing unusual. There were places where the dust has piled up a little, but these rooms are so beautiful you wouldn't think of them as over 100 years old. Did the former residents even do repairs? Is this the last room? I finished inspecting the rooms on the ground floor. Although I knew by looking at the floor plan, this mansion is symmetrical. However, there was no stove in the kitchen on the other side. That room might have been used for another purpose, not for cooking. Maybe for laundry. But, let's call it a kitchen for the time being. 2 kitchens, 2 large rooms, 4 small rooms, 2 toilets. I get the impression that this house was built by renovating 2 smaller houses together. The only staircase is the one near the entrance. The basement or the upper floor? Which place is more likely to have a demon? I guess the basement. It will be the basement. Unanimously it was decided that we check the basement first. The door to the basement is attached to the back of the stairs to the upper floor. A door which requires a key and looks like a storeroom. The stairs leading into the basement were dark. I light the lamps which I prepared and handed them to Zanoba and Cliff. I'll use my foresight eye to support from the rear. Don't part with the lamp even if you think that it's dangerous. I can't support you if I can't see. Wahaha. I am a Miko. There is nothing I fear. While spitting out a reliable death flag, Zanoba goes down the stairs. Be more careful. There might even be an arrow that will come flying out as soon as you open a door. We arrived at the basement. There's nothing. The basement was deserted. Some wooden shelves were lined up side by side. It feels like an empty warehouse. I light up the dark room, but there is no sign of something lurking. There is a little stain on the wall, but it doesn't particularly look like blood. Towards the end of the wallboard, there's just a little rot. We have to accept this for the time being. There isn't a demon. That was anticlimactic. Okay, so the upper floor is next. We go out of the basement and head back to the lobby. Then we carefully go up the stairs to the upper floor. The wooden stairs don't make a sound. They're solid. We make it upstairs and begin to inspect the rooms one by one. The upper floor was also symmetrical. There are two slightly larger rooms on each end which connect to the inside of their adjoining rooms. The other rooms are 6 tatami side by side. There are a total of 8 rooms. 4 small rooms of about 6 tatami. 2 rooms of about 12 tatami. The middle room which leads to the bedroom had an area of about 6 tatami. In addition, there was the balcony in the middle room, too. Let's put a big bed in the bedroom. A bed large enough to fit 3 people lying down. Maybe I could combine 2 normal beds. No, sleeping huddled in a small bed isn't that bad. You'll be warm when you wake up from sleeping side by side. Being sexually active, with Sylphy's chest to massage within arm's reach. It isn't too bad. Anyway, the bed is important since I use it every day. Oops, of course it isn't limited to erotic purposes, it's also to sleep in every day. Cliff Senpai. What is it? Did you find what it was? Do you think a bigger bed is better when you use it as a couple? Cliff falls silent for approximately several seconds. Thinking. He inhales suddenly, and sighed. It is. Such a thing is also important, but it's rude to the other party if you are always like that. Yeah, is that so? His words are persuasive for some reason. I wonder what Elinalise would do. As soon as they are alone in a room, Elinalise would attack Cliff with bloodshot eyes. I can't imagine it easily. I will take it to heart. Oh, apart from that, is there a need to make the bed slightly bigger? Phew, there isn't. I said with a sigh after looking around the last rooms. So, as planned, let's spend a night here. Yes. Thank you. I didn't expect to see the problem when I was tentatively searching for it today. Originally, it's a story of a guy that appears in the middle of the night. Along with a sharp sound. It's a creepy story. Perhaps some kind of demon has settled down here. I don't know of a demon ghost or any another demon. I didn't think that it was a strong demon when I was in town, but carelessness is bad because the low-rank adventurers that failed the request are now dead. Unexpectedly, you don't know whether a homeless thief or something else has made this their headquarters either. There's a kirikiri sound sharply picking at the entrance. No, the door was broken. Then is it the back door? A smell doesn't do for it. Isn't there a line? I don't know. Are 3 people enough? I should have also brought Elinalise, just to make sure. In her experience, acquired through age, she might have known about something like this. But to be honest, I feel like I can't put up with her in a sexual sense. A shadow that comes creeping in when you see it in the middle of the night. The temptation that is whispered in the ear. Cliff is sleeping in the other room. No, it is not okay. I also understand that. It's not good. I made an announcement at the end of the 2nd floor, from just outside the bedroom. I will wait here tonight. You may not show up during the day, but for the time being I'm sleeping here tonight. Julie will be worried. I'm also worried about Lisi. The 2 people spoke their worries about the woman whom they each left. Julie's a smart child. However, I understand that she's considered a slave as well. In the corners of the male dormitory, many of the nobles like to prowl indiscriminately. But Zanoba doesn't need to worry. Elinalise is a woman who is lascivious. I also know that she is popular. She may have an affair by taking advantage of when Cliff isn't there tonight. It will be a worry for him. In contrast, how about my Sylphy? She will escort the princess today. It's as usual, nothing to worry about. No, I said I would go out today, but I didn't say that I was going to stay out. Possibly, she may plan to come to my room and talk a little bit before going to bed. However, I am not there. Sylphy might be left waiting in a cold corridor. A voice echoes out, Rudy's late, all alone. I'm worried about it. The night will fall soon. At Zanoba's words, I look out and see the sunset's reflection in the window. I can't tell her before tonight. Sylphy would have already returned to the girls' dormitory. No, even without saying it directly, if I write something in front of the door saying I'm out tonight. Alright, let's do it now. Oh wait, what will these 2 do while I'm out? It is regrettable. For the time being, I'm the leader of this party. Well, it's a little thing. Even Sylphy will understand it, if I explain it properly later. No, but I heard somewhere a long time ago. The accumulation of little things will produce a big crack later on. Damn, I have a bad feeling about this. During such a time I'm wearing a death flag on purpose. I must dispel this bad feeling. Zanoba, what's the matter? When this request is over, I'll get married. Yes, it is something that should be done quickly if you want to celebrate grandly in this mansion. Zanoba nodded while looking puzzled. My bad. I had a bad feeling I wouldn't make it out the front door. I felt that it would be impossible to succeed if I said something like, please give us your blessing. while riding the mood here, that, for the time being, I'll put some hard thing in my breast pocket. And, although I thought that, I have no breast pocket. It is not possible to suddenly stop a flying .357 Magnum bullet like this. Cliff interrupted my line of thought. Invite Lisi and me to the celebration. Isn't that natural? It's okay if you take me for granted, but I would feel sorry for Lisi to be left out. Because Cliff is a guy who cannot read the mood, I wonder if he's always this glum. Pitiful guy. I'll invite him properly. Of course, Elinalise also. Ah. Nevertheless, I am a man. I want to end this quickly and rub Sylphy's breasts. No, I will strongly endure for now. Because I will have many troubles later. While I considered this, it became nighttime. On the other hand, Sylphy heard the information that Rudeus had prepared a house for them, so at that time she was lying around and hugging a pillow while remembering her delusion. That's it guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.